Welcome to Family Basics 101. I'm Dr. Bruce McClure, and as we continue our five-part series entitled 5 Dilemmas of Summer, today we will talk about the dilemma of where to go on vacation. If you have children, how familiar is the phrase, "Are we there yet?" Well, the economy, the cost of gas, the cost of airfare all contribute now to the question, where do we go for a vacation that we can afford, that is a great getaway for everyone in the family, and yet it does not break the bank? And we can truly ask the question, are we there yet, without worrying about what are we going to do to pay for it once we return from the vacation. Vacations are often misunderstood to be a fairy tale getaway thousands and thousands of miles away and costing tens of thousands of dollars to enjoy. Vacations really are better defined as vacating of the daily routines and vacating the daily surroundings as we see them each day. Vacations can take place locally. Vacations can take place regionally. Vacations could take place nationally. Or vacations could take place internationally, depending solely upon the individual preference and affordability. There is no set way to vacate the daily routine or to vacate your surrounding. Vacations, or vacating daily routines and surroundings, allows individuals to spend emotional time with family and with self doing some of the following things. What does it cost you to get away emotionally, to do mental healing? There is no price tag that you can affix to that. What does it cost you to get away physically and spend time with your children, to spend time with your spouse, and sometimes just spend time recuperating yourself? There is no price that you can affix to that. So whether you have tens of thousands of dollars to spend or just a few $100s to spend, vacating is therapeutic for everyone. Here are some ways that people can vacate their current surroundings and enjoy themselves without the stress and the worry of how we can pay for it. First, there are local hotels and there are local sites such as the National Zoo, memorial sites, museums, and historical sites. Many of these places cost absolutely nothing for entrance. You may have to ride public transportation or buy gas to get to them, but in terms of once you're in those areas, the venues are free or they have a nominal cost. And surprisingly, many people have never visited the majority of the museums or the memorials or the historic sites in their own regions of the country. What about enjoying a meal such as been overlooked or rushed throughout your year? So you've been vacating enjoying breakfast together as a family. What about now vacating the absence of that enjoyment and say what you're going to do is simply go to IHOP or go to another breakfast establishment or maybe cook breakfast at home, and then once breakfast is over, then you're going to venture out through the day and explore your own area of the country. What about day trips? You know, they are really fun. Day trips can be considered trips that are 100 miles or less away from your home in any direction. And it could be the thrill of a lifetime. take a look at a map. Take a look at the tourist attractions that are within 100 miles of where you live. And then talk about among the family, which of these have we not seen? And you will be pleasantly surprised that the majority of those venues within a 100-mile radius has probably not been visited by you or your family. What about discovering the hidden gems of your own surrounding counties? It can be an awakening all by itself. You drive today to the north to another county. You drive tomorrow to the south to another county. You drive tomorrow to the east to another county. And you drive the next day to the west to another county. And you just spend the day in those counties discovering the history, discovering the natural museums, discovering the culture of those counties that are all around you, north, south, east, and west. We call these, in this day and age, staycations. But staycations can be some of the most exciting, some of the most thrilling, some of the most exhilarating vacations of your life. I want you to look in your textbook, the Bible, at the book of Matthew, chapter 8, verses 18 through 22. Now, when Jesus saw a great multitude about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. And a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. And Jesus said unto him, The foxes have holes, the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. But Jesus said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. Jesus is calling people to follow him and to become his disciples. But what Jesus is also telling those that will follow him, that in the everyday life of most people, they have dominions, they have domains, they have residence. Foxes have holes. There's a predictable time of the year that foxes will go into those hibernation holes. The birds of the air have nests. There are certain times of the year that you won't see certain type birds because they're nesting. But he said the Son of Man does not hibernate. The Son of Man does not nest. And he calls on you, he calls on me to follow him. But we learn to be followers of him. We're not perfect followers. We are practicing on perfection. And that perfectionistic practice will exhaust the best of people. And because of the exhaustion of practicing on perfecting the following of the Lord, every individual needs to take time to recuperate. I'll see you back in class again next time. Don't be late and don't skip class.